So this is the area in my room which I'm loving at the moment. I've got a video coming up, or it may have been up already, I'm not sure, of how I upcycled my rocking chair, and I absolutely love it, but let's not digress. So this is, I think, is it Killax or Explicit from IKEA. You know which one I mean, the square one, everyone's got them, but they are really, really good. And I got the shiny white, you know, the, oh my hair, oh yeah, I'm dyeing my hairs again. I got the shiny kind of gloss one, and basically what I do is I like to keep this like really, really minimal. So I've got my makeup brushes there, perfumes there, I've got a selection of kind of DVDs and books and stuff there, a light and my ring holder there, and in these boxes I've tried to keep everything really minimal. There's actually nothing in these two. Oh, there's my hairdryer, all my kind of electrical stuff is there, like hairdryer, hair straightener and chargers. In here we have shoes and belts, and in here we have some more belts and hats and scarves and wintry stuff. So that's basically everything that's kept there. So on this side I actually kept a wardrobe. I try and open it a smidgen, but in here is basically all my winter stuff and stuff I'm not going to be needing during this pregnancy. And under the bed storage is fantastic because it really means that you can hide stuff away. In here is stuff, this is just kind of like a spare space. I haven't decided how to use it there. Yeah, I've just put out some of Sebastian's old things. There's some muslin cloths there, some Moses basket sheets, which we probably won't be using because we'll be getting a sidecar, but I want to see if it fits. And I've just chucked kind of any excess stuff in there. There's the pod, but I don't know if it's going to live there because I feel like it's taking up a lot of space there. So we have our bed, excuse the dirty nappy, that is only we, on this side, and the reason is because it gives us more room here, and these corners are lethal, and every time you walk around them I used to bash my leg, so it used to do my head in, and we decided to move it this way, and that's fine. And we have the same storage on the other side. So under here, I don't know if you can see, there's the same storage, and right at the far back we've got my wedding dress, and we've got more kind of suits and coats and my old figure skates there, and then we have going out shoes, handbags, and some of Sebastian's old kind of winter coats and things that I'm just storing there. These are things that I just don't ever reach for very often, so I store them under there. This is pretty much where I keep all my makeup. Sorry about all the mess at the top, it's from the upcycling. I keep everything kind of in containment, so I've got foundations, powders. I won't go in and do like a full tour, but it's basically the same all the way down with some skincare stuff there. It's not as tidy as it could be. I do need to tidy it up a bit, but everything has its place. Everything is in there where it should be. And it's the same with, I don't really want to expose my underwear, but underwear is always kept, I don't know why my iPad cover thing is there. Everything is always kept in kind of compartments and it's contained quite nicely. This drawer, okay, I did shove a pair of leggings in there and I did shove a top in there, but it is again in its little order, so like leggings here and vest tops here and some loose pants there, and that goes the same with all the other drawers. Those two are Chris's, so it's pretty much like well organised and as well kept as it can be. Of course these bits wouldn't normally out, it's just because I have been dyeing my hair, but I've got lipsticks up there, and I try to keep as minimum stuff on the surfaces as I can. And the same goes over there. There's maternity stuff which I want to do a video about, but otherwise there's nothing there other than the television. Moving on to my wardrobe. This is my spring summer wardrobe with a selection of a few kind of things that I would wear if it was winter as well. And like I said, I capture wardrobe. So this is all stuff that's going to do me for the next kind of few months. And then in time I will start to change everything over. However, I do buy a lot of kind of cheaper stuff from Primark. So I did chuck a lot of stuff from winter away. I probably will have to revamp my winter wardrobe. But there's a lot of tops here that will be really good for kind of postpartum. They're kind of long sleeve tops that are baggy and stuff, so they should be fine, and a good coat, and I should hopefully be okay, providing it's not a Baltic winter. Under there I've kept dresses and things that I don't tend to reach for very often, with the exception of a few very, very pretty ones. I've kind of folded them up neatly and put them in there. There are a couple of jumpers that I am currently selling. That bag is just rubbish. My little kind of rubbish bin, and my Doppler there, and some hangers. I haven't actually decided what I'm going to do with this space yet. There's plenty of space there and I can do something good with it. And then on this side is all baby stuff, and I have neatly organised it. Under here we've just got a pull-out box of blankets and sleeping bags, breast pads, breastfeeding equipment, and just kind of little baby grows and things there. So at least I know now that that area is kind of sorted. I think what I'll do is put any next size clothes over into that side and kind of store them there until I kind of move them over. So that's what, yeah, that's that. So moving into Sebastian's bedroom, of course the issue and the theme of this video is dealing with small spaces and living in a small house when you potentially are going to be having 2 children. Again, this is a temporary home, but still, we don't know how long we're going to be here. So making use of the space that we have is really, really important. So what I've done here, I know it's so early to be putting them out, but I have put out all my newborn cloth there. And I am going to have to obviously keep washing them and making sure that they're okay. But at least by being there, I might put them in bags actually and put them there. I know that they're out and there's space for them, so my mind isn't completely boggled by it all. And then there is a changing top that comes here, but I don't know if I'm going to pull it out because I never really used it. And then all of Sebastian's cloth is here. We've stored some books up here, and this area is where there's going to be a cot. We don't know if the baby will actually be sleeping in this room because we may have moved then, but we do know that they will be sharing a room, just because we'd like to keep that spare room as kind of an office space. And while they're quite little, they'll be absolutely fine to share, and as they get older then yeah, they'll probably want to have their own rooms, but that's like ages away. And this is just, that's baby's, all Sebastian's old baby toys and baby toys that the new baby will be using. And here are just some toys of Sebastian that I've just rotated. He just doesn't play with them, so I've just kind of plonked them up here. There's the swing, Sebastian's bed, and Sebastian's wardrobe. Again, Sebastian's wardrobe is also capsuled, kind of. I try and only keep what I need for the season, so I've got some trousers there, lots of shorts and t-shirts, socks, hats and swim stuff and muslins, vests and pyjamas, and in that box down there is kind of clothes he hasn't grown into yet, but also winter clothes. And I keep any disposables up here as well, because he is in disposables when he is at nursery now, and he is in disposables at night. Though he's starting to wet less at night now, which makes me think I might put him in back in cloth. But I have started buying in these Natty Baby nappies because they are biodegradable, and I feel better about that. Please excuse the state of the living room because Mr. Patch has been playing along. But as you can see, I've moved things about, and although it doesn't look aesthetically beautiful, it has divided the room into 2 parts. This is actually quite a large room. The video doesn't really do it justice, but it is quite a large room. But we've got our television there. I'm going to also upcycle that unit, and I've got a nest of tables there. In there we keep kind of books and stuff at the moment because we haven't got a bookshelf, and when we move we will put those books out and things. And so here we've got a really nice kind of area where we sit and where there's room for a baby mat, and there's room for a swing. But then on the other side there is Sebastian's area, and this area is all kind of sorted and ready for Sebastian. He can come here and play. I have to say, he doesn't tend to play with any of his toys. I don't know why. He just doesn't play with them. He'll play with them for 5 minutes and then decide he's not interested. He tends to sit with us most of the time and just watch TV. We don't watch a lot of TV because we're out and about, but when he is at home, he doesn't tend to play. He does love to go to his little drawing corner though. He loves to draw, and I have rejigged some of these toys about, for him. So that's that. I have under stairs storage. Back there we've got the Hoover, and I have the eye candy, you can't really see it, it's very dark, eye candy spare seat. We have like the car seat. We have lots of other storage stuff there that we don't need to pull out anytime soon. We've got all our coats for this, kind of raincoats, not kind of winter coats. I've got a couple of handbags hanging there that I use, and I've got 2 boxes here. One box has got all the slings, one box has got all my current shoes and Sebastian's current shoes. I have my big pack-a-pod bag that I tend to use if we're going on big days out, my maternity notes, and my... So I've just played back the video, or I'm editing it at the moment, and realised that the end of the video is kind of like disappeared somewhere, so I thought I couldn't just leave it at that point. So that's basically our small organisation, I'd say, for a small house with 2 children. Although the second isn't quite here yet, I've tried to put everything out, not ready, but just so I know kind of where we are in terms of space. I think the key thing is to keep everything at the bare minimum. We have very minimal amount of stuff in this house, or not minimal amount of stuff, but nothing that doesn't get used apart from some of Seb's toys. You know, I've done plenty of every 6 months I do a big clear out of clothes that I don't wear, or just knickknacks and things. We're not kind of big collectors or anything. We try and keep everything to the bare minimum, because that's the kind of best way, really. And I like to keep everything in order. Everything's got its own place, everything has its own storage and stuff. So, you know, everything's got its own kind of place that it's kept. So that's kind of the key thing, really, if you've got a small house and you are going to be having another child, or you've got lots of people in the house, is keep everything to the minimum. Don't store or keep things that you don't need. I know sometimes it's really hard to hoard, but you know, we've managed to kind of break that cycle, and we will just get rid, or try not to keep things that are unnecessary. So that's pretty much it. Please like this video if you liked, and I'm sorry that it has to end in such a random note, but I'll see you guys soon. Bye.